Dance Arts of Columbia provides fitness fun for everyone from 3 years old to adults. Dance Arts is a good environment where the friendly staff makes you feel comfortable. Dance Arts feels that dance is an art form that you can experience firsthand by learning tap, jazz, modern, musical theater, lyrical, and ballet. Dance Arts urges you to enjoy a sense of accomplishment while getting fit and having fun. For class information, call 875-1569. Dance Arts of Columbia, serving Columbia since 1979.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, March the 28th. Where has the month gone? Good to have you with us. I want to introduce you to my dear friend, Vera Massey. Good to have you here, Vera.
Oh, it's so good to be here.
I always enjoy having you on Radio Friends because we talk about things that you and I have had a deep interest in for many, many years.
I know, and I hope others do too.
Positive thinking. But today, you're going to talk about moving more?
Moving more. Well, you know, spring is here.
Yeah.
My favorite time of the year. You go outside, things are changing every minute.
Right.
What better time if you've kind of gotten in a slump and haven't been moving much this winter? Now's the time to move more and sit less.
Right. And when you move more, you break loose those endorphins that start running through your body and into your brain, and you end up feeling a whole lot better.
You do. And you know, the thing is everybody has to find their own way to move that's safe for them and they enjoy. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, is critical, because if we don't do things that work for us, then we quit doing them.
Right. What works for one person may not necessarily be right for the next person.
It may not. And if anything else, just remember, you know, our bodies were meant to move. Mm-hmm. And when we move, it impacts our physical health, our mental health, and our overall spirit.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you've ever experienced this, because we probably have. When I'm sitting a lot and not moving, my mood is affected.
Yeah.
I feel in a funk. And when I get up, just literally standing up, changing positions can make a difference.
It does. And what you said is true. If you're sitting a lot, or maybe you haven't been feeling well,
yes,
and you're just kind of slouching around, the longer you sit, the more you say, well, maybe I'll just stay a little bit longer, and you fall into kind of a blue funk mood.
Well,
it takes something to jolt you out of that. You realize, I'm going to get up and I'm going to start doing things, and you feel better right away.
You do, and one of the downsides to sitting too much is it really has an impact on our overall health. Studies show the average American sits a little over 9 hours a day. That's the average. So that means a lot of people are sitting even longer. That's more time than we spend sleeping in this country. So when we're sitting a lot, our bodies do not function in the same way.
Is it better if you're doing something that you would normally do sitting, to do it standing instead?
Sure. That's where I think we have to get creative. Some people have jobs where they are required to sit
at a desk.
We've been fortunate throughout our lives that we have had jobs that allowed us to get up and move around at times. But you have to really think about, how can I build some movement in? So a good thing to think is, if the phone rings, you could stand up and answer it.
Right.
You could, if you watch TV,
stand up watching television.
Stand up, and my goodness, we do have a lot of commercials. Mm-hmm. You could either stand in place, walk around the room. I can put a load of laundry on.
Yeah.
I can wash some dishes.
Right. As you said, when you stand up to answer the phone, instead of just sitting there talking on the phone, walk around while you're on the phone.
And you know, my friends know this about me. I have a lot of loved ones that don't live nearby, so I do spend quite a bit of time on the phone. And I literally will walk through the house, you know, if it's in the evening. And I actually, before I came, I decided to sort of count the steps, because I have this path, and it's about 150 steps. Well, in a 15 to 20 minute conversation, I can get 2,000 steps.
And so is that...
in one conversation to a friend.
You can get 2,000 steps in.
Yes.
So what is the distance? I think it takes
about a mile.
Okay. In about 15 minutes, a human can walk a mile at a general pace.
If you're a fairly quick walker.
Yeah.
But, even let's say it takes you 20 minutes to walk those 2,000 steps. What difference does it make?
Right.
You're moving versus sitting. The other thing that I have noticed is if there are some difficult conversations we find ourselves in, for me, just literally standing up makes me feel a little more empowered, able to let stuff fly off.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm sitting, it feels like it weighs me down. And so if you've ever been put on hold when you're trying to take care of an issue on the phone, you know how that goes?
Ever been put on hold? Try to call these companies and it takes 10 minutes to get through.
And I can feel the stress building. So I'm like walking while I'm talking and it helps. But that's just me. You have to each of us have to figure out how can we build movement in. It's time. Many of us may have yards, and my goodness, there's things to be done. I saw things growing up that hadn't been taken out. Just getting out and moving, even 5 minutes outdoors in nature, can affect your mood immediately.
Oh, I know that. I know that's true. And we really should take advantage of it, even though the weather goes back and forth, and we're going to get into a period where it really is springtime and it stays springtime. Mm-hmm. If you've not put in a garden before, think about doing that. Just working in the soil and feeling the earth, the good earth on your hand, and smelling it.
Absolutely.
Smelling the earth in the springtime after we've had a nice rain and then it warms up a bit. Mm-hmm. That is perfume to me.
It is. And so, even if you have a small garden or a few flowers, that provides opportunities to nurture your spirit. It gives you an opportunity to do some movement and taking care of those things that are growing. But moving more and sitting less has a great deal of an impact on, again, your physical body, your mental state, and your overall spirit and mood.
And you are never too old. You are never too old to exercise.
Yes, you can move. And again, even if you're seated, and my mother has Parkinson's, so she's extremely limited by what she can do, but just moving an arm.
Yeah, kick your legs up and down.
Just moving a leg, anything to stay moving.
If you want more information, there is a wealth of information on the internet about the importance of moving. But when you're checking this information on the internet, make sure you're standing up doing it and walking
There
around.
you go. There you go.
All right, Vera, we're out of time for today. It's always a pleasure to have you here. You're an absolute delight. And just talking to you makes me feel better already.
Well, good.
Okay?
Good.
So again, if you want to check it out, about the benefits of moving, and remember, when you exercise, those endorphins start shooting through your head.
Absolutely.
Vera Massey, good to have you. Please come back again.
Will do.
Okay. Tomorrow we've got Columbia Art League on, and we're going to talk about nutrition and diet to make us feel good. Our program directed by Travis McMillen, Reynolds Journalism Institute Audio. Pat Akers from KBIA, our floor director, Ariel Sierra, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Drop me an email. Love to hear from you. pepperp, Missouri.edu. Bye-bye.